house, every crevice in the keep, where a beetle that would creep, every outlet, every train, as we search, but all in vain, all in vain.
Orders are ye, whom do ye want?
Every house, every chink, every drain.
Orders are ye, whom do ye want?
Many jests of Jew Ambrose. Number 7,863.
The poor wit and the rich come.
The poor wit and the rich counsellor.
A
certain poor wit, being an hungered, did meet upon a well-fed counsellor. Marry, fool, quoth the counsellor, whither away? In truth, said the poor wag, in that I have eaten nought these 2 days, I do wither away, and that right rapidly. The counsellor laughed hugely, and gave him a sausage. The counsellor was easier to please than our new master, the lieutenant. I should like to take post under that counsellor. Oh, 'tis but melancholy mumming, when poor, heartbroken, jilted Jack Point must needs turn to Hugh Ambrose for original light humour.
Master Point!
Ah, friends, jailer! Jailer that was, jailer that shall be no more, jailer that jailed not, or jail if jail he did, so unjailily that 'twas but jerry jailing, or jailing in joke, though no joke to him who by unjailer like jailing did so jeopardize his jailership. Come, take heart! Smile! Laugh! Wink! Twinkle, thou tormentor that tormentest none! Thou racker that rackest not! Thou pincher out of place! Come, take heart! Be merry as I am! As I am.
It's well for thee to laugh. Thou hast a good post and cause to be merry.
Cause! Have we not all cause? Is not the world a big butt of humour into which all who will may drive a gimlet? You see, I am a salaried wit. And is there out in nature more ridiculous? A poor, dull, heartbroken man who must needs be merry lest he's whipped, who must rejoice lest he starve, who must jest you, jibe you, quip you, crank you, rack you, riddle you from hour to hour, from day to day, from year to year, lest he dwindle, perish, starve, pine, and die. Why, when there's no else to laugh at, I'll laugh at myself till I ache for it.
Yet, I've often thought a jester's calling would suit me to a hair.
You suit me! Best head and cross!
I have a very delicate wit. A light, airy, joysome wit, spiced with anecdotes of prison cell and the torture chamber. I have a very pretty wit. I've tried it out on many a prisoner, and there have been some who smile. It's not easy to make a prisoner smile, you know. And it should not be difficult to make a good jester, seeing as thou art one.
Not difficult! Nothing easier? Nothing easier! Attend, and I will prove it to thee. All the private buffoon is a light-hearted loon if you listen to popular rumour. From the morn until night he's so joyous and bright and he bowls and waits in good humour. He's so quaint and so terse, both in prose and in verse, yet though people forgive his transgressions, there are one or two rules that the family rules must observe if they love their professions. There are one or two rules, however may be, that all family fools, to whatever degree, must observe if they love their professions. If you wish to succeed as a jester, you'll need to consider each person's auricular. What is all right for B would quite scandalise C, for C is so very particular. And D may be dull and D's very thick skull, his lentia framed as a ladle, while F is F sharp, and will cry with a carp that he's known your best joke in his cradle. When your humour they flourish, that lecture's no go, and it does put you out when a person says, "Ow! I've known that old joke from me cradle." If your master is early from getting up early and tempers are short in the morning, and if opportune joke is enough to provoke him to give you at once a month's warning, then he will afraid he is at you again, but he likes to get money for money. He'll ask then and there, with an insolent stare, if you know that you're paid to be funny. Oh, it adds to the task of a medieval slave when your principal asks you to scowl his face. You know that you're paid to be funny. Comes a bishop, maybe, or a solemn DD, or beware of his anger provoking. Better not pull his hair, don't stick into his chair, they don't understand practical joking. If the jesters you crack have an orthodox match, you may get a bland smile from these sages, but should they by chance be imported from France, half a crown is stopped out of his wages. It's a general rule, though you'll see it may question the family fool, cause the joke's too French. Half a crown is stopped out of his wages. Though your head it may rack with a bilious attack and your senses with toothache you're losing. Don't be mopey and flat, they don't fine you for that if you're properly quaint and amusing. Though your wife ran away with a soldier that day and took away their young trifle of money, bless your heart, they don't mind. They're exceedingly kind. They don't blame you as long as you're funny. It's a trouble to feel your father. Though you suffer a deal, they don't mind you great. They don't blame you as long as you're funny. Thou wouldst be a jester, eh?
Aye.
Now listen, my sweetheart, Elsie Maynard, was secretly wed to this Fairfax half an hour ere he escaped.
She did well.
She did nothing of the kind, so hold thy peace and perpend. Now while he liveth, she is dead to me and I to her. And so, my jibes and jokes notwithstanding, I'm the saddest and the sorriest dog in England.
Thou art a very dull dog indeed.
Now, if thou wilt swear that thou didst shoot this Fairfax while he was trying to swim across the river, and spoke the discharge of an arquebus on a dark night, and that he sank and was seen no more, I'll make thee the very Archbishop of Jesters. and that in 2 days' time. Now what sayest thou?
I am to lie.
Heartily! But thy lie must be a lie of circumstance, which I will support with the testimony of eyes, ears, and tongue.
And thou wilt qualify me as a jester.
As a jester among jesters, I'll teach you all my original songs, my self-constructed riddles, my own ingenious paradoxes, nay more. I'll reveal to thee the source whence I get them. Now what sayest thou?
Well, if it be but a lie thou wantest, I hold it cheap enough and say, yes, it is a bargain. I declare to, you're to swear to.
I to swear to.
I declare to.
I to swear to.
I declare to. I declare to. You to swear to. I declare to. Tell a tale of cock and bull. Of what lives in detail full. Tale tremendous and defenders was a tale of cock and bull. Undertaking to instruct me in the art amazing, wonder-raising of a jester, jesting free, opposition, high ambition, and a lively one I'll be, wagga-wagging, never bragging,
Wagga-wagging,
never bragging,
wagga-wagging, 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 wagga-wagging.
Tell a tale of cock and bull, all go and business in detail full. Tale tremendous and defenders, what a tale of cock and bull. What a tale of cock, what a tale of bull, what a tale of cock, what a tale of bull. Cock and bull, cock and bull, cock and bull. Defenders, what a tale of cock and bull.
Hey! Hey! Oh! Wait there! Come back! Come back! Hey!
2 days gone, and no sign of poor Fairfax. The dogs, they seek him everywhere, save within a dozen yards of his own dungeon. So, I am free. Free but for the accursed haste with which I hurried headlong into the bonds of matrimony, with heaven knows who. As far as I remember, she should have been young, but even had not her face been concealed by her kerchief, I doubt whether, in my then plight, I would have taken much note of her. Free? The tower bonds were but threads of silk compared with these conjugal fetters, which I, fool that I was, had placed upon mine own hands. From the once I broke readily enough, how to break the other?
Prisoner
Well enough, sir. She is quite strong again, at least tonight.
Thanks to Dave, her brother's kind nursing aid.
I used to take the old witch. It was a sorry trick you played me, sir, to bring the fainting girl to me. You gave the old lady an excuse for taking up her quarters in my house. And for the last 2 years, I've shunned her like a plague. She married me. There she is again.
Please, Nightingale, don't go. I have something of grave import to say to thee.
Oh, it's coming.
Babe, I think I not wanted here.
Lay out to Leonard. I've naught to say to thy father that his son may not hear.
True. I'm one of the family. I had forgotten.
Tis about this Elsie Maynard, a pretty girl, Master Leonard.
I, fair as a peach blossom. What then?
To have a liking for thee, if I mistake not.
With all my heart, she's a tame little maid as you'll find on a midsummer day's march.
Then be warned in time and give not thy heart to her. Though I know what it is to give my heart to one who will have none of it.
Aye, she knows all about that. Take heed of her. She's a good girl, thank Carruthers.
Good enough for aught I know. But she's no girl. She's a married woman.
A married woman. Tush, old lady. She's promised Jack White, the lieutenant in the jester.
Tush in thy teeth, old man. As my niece Kate sat beside her bedside today, this Elsie slept. And as she slept, she moaned and groaned and turned this way and that. And how shall I marry one I have never seen? Then 100 crowns, quoth she. Then is it certain that he will die in an hour, quoth she. Then I love him not, and yet I am his wife, quoth she. Is it not so, Kate?
I aren't. Even
Art thou sure of all this?
I, sir. Oh, Lord, I... Good. These are my turbans.
My word, it's a bit Fairfax she spoke. He is her husband, or else swallow it up.
Is this true, sir?
True? Why the devil was raving? Why should she marry a man who I've got now to live?
There be those who marry but for a minute rather than die of old days.
I know one of them.
Never seen through
my eyes open. She has now to test her principles. It is not every chance a woman husband has who is a wife. Mistress Elsie.
Master Leonard!
So, thou leavest us tonight?
Yes, Master Leonard. I have been kindly tended, and I almost fear I am loath to go.
And this Fairfax, what's thou glad when he spent?
Why, truly, Master Leonard, it is a sad thing that a young and gallant gentleman should die in the very fullness of his life.
Then when thou didst faint in my arms, it was for joy at his safety?
It may be so. I was highly wrought, and I am but a girl, and so when I am highly wrought, I do faint.
Dost thou know, I am consumed with a parlous jealousy.
Thou? And of whom?
Why, of this Fairfax, surely.
Of Colonel Fairfax?
Aye. Shall I be frank with thee, Elsie? I love thee, ardently, passionately. I have loved thee these past 2 days, which is a long time, and I would fain join my life with thine.
Master Leonard, thou art jesting, surely.
Jesting? May I shrivel into raisins if I jest? Oh, I love thee with a love that is a frenzy, with a love that is a fever, with a love that eateth up my heart. What sayest thou? Thou wilt not let my heart beat, no?
Oh, mercy, what am I to say?
Dost thou love me, or hast thou been insensible these 2 days?
I love all brave men.
Nay, there is love in excess. I thank heaven there are many brave men in the world. But if thou lovest them all, I withdraw my thanks.
But I love the bravest, best. But sir, I may not listen. I am not free. I am a wife.
Thou? A wife? Who? His name, his other number, his bravest look in his heaven's untickle. Come, his name.
Oh, sir, keep my secret. It is the only barrier thing between us. My husband is none other than Colonel Fairfax. How quick it is filling up.
Oh, dear God! Thank the dear man of his nation is home and done in Christendom. Oh! Oh! Oh!
It is very likely, but I never saw him. I was blindfolded, and he was to have died. But he did not die, and I am wedded to him. No, my heart is broken. He was to have died, and he did not die.
Thou insisted on his dying first, to make sure. It is the only way with these Fairfaxes.
I now wish I had.
Think of this Fairfax. He might. He will never know. He dare not show himself, and if he dare, what art thou to him? Fly with me, Elsie. We shall be married tomorrow, and thou shalt be the happiest wife in England.
Oh, Master Raymond, I am amazed. Is it thus that brave soldiers speak to poor young girls? Oh, shame upon me! Shame upon me! I am wed, nonetheless because I love not my husband. I am a wife, and I have a duty. And, oh, sir, thy words terrify me. They are not honest. They are wicked words, and not fitting my great and brave heart. Oh, shame upon me! Shame upon me!
Nay, Elsie, I did but jest. I spake but to try thee.
Oh, what was that, sir? Why, an arquebus spy from the war, unless I much mistake.
Strange and such a laugh. What can it be? in love to the cause of right. What can the forces be? So we live, the land is thunder, so we lay. Always respect for danger is at hand. Lord, danger is at hand.
One and short, and once the truth declare. Lord, was I to rashly judge for man? My lord, 'twas he to rashly judge for man. Like a ghost is bent on keeping on a sledge for all I can tell is big and creepy. I should rather call it crawling. It was creepy. Crawling was creepy, creepy. Crawling was creepy. Crawling was creepy, creepy. Crawling was moment's hesitation, and I settled on it. And without having explanation to each country's I hope to be clever by another with a round and tumble stuff. And a fair makes the note, how long does the matter to myself? After mighty tug and tussle, in return for a stroke, he went into stronger muscle. I saw him first with trouble, but my clutches quickly sliding. I was rather close, with a view no doubt of hiding, or escaping to the city. In a dust with a trouble, trying to swim, he tried to swim. Down he dived into the river, but alas, he couldn't swim. Ingenuity is catching in a view, I need a pleasing one. Christmas interest standing on the parlour, with a louder to a bed, I discharged him without winking. At the time I lost him thinking like a stone. I saw him sinking. I was way up on the bed. Like a stone, I saw him sinking. Like a stone, I was dead. Like a stone, I was dead. Like a friendly little blade. Anyhow, the man is dead. With a stone along the blade. Anyhow, the man is dead. With a stone along the blade.
Be dragged, no time be lost. The body must be found at any cost. To this attend without undue delay. So set to work with what dispatch he may.
Yes, we'll set to work with what dispatch he may.
Comforted. This Fairfax was but a pestilent fellow. As he had to die, he might as well die thus as any other way. Hey, it was a good death.
Still, he was my husband. And had he not been, he was nevertheless a living man. And now he is dead.
Hooray!
And so, by your leave, must appoint my tears may flow on Chidden.
And thou didst see all this?
I, with both eyes at once, this and that. The testimony of one eye is naught. He may lie. When it is corroborated by the other, it is good evidence that none may gainsay. Here are both, present in court, ready to swear to him.
But are they sure it was Colonel Fairfax?
Yes.
Saw you his face?
Aye. And a plaguey, ill-favoured face it was too. A very hangdog face. A felon face. A face to fright the headsman himself and make him strike a rhyme. Oh, play. Bad face. Take my word. What? Now, my lad. To them with simple talk, the accepted British boys say, pass the mustard and they roar their ribs out.
If I ever come to life again, thou shalt pay for this master policy.
Now, Elsie, thou art free to choose again, so behold. Me. I'm young. And well favoured. I have a pretty wit. I can jest you, jive you, quip you, quench you.
Man, thou knowest not how to woo. 'Tis not to be done with time-worn jests and threadbare sophistries, quips, conundrums, rhymes, and paradoxes. 'Tis an art itself, and should be studied gravely and conscientiously. A man who would woo a fair maid should prentice himself to the trade and study all day in methodical way how to flatter, cajole, and persuade. He should prentice himself at 14 and practice from morning to eve. And when he's of age, if he will, I'll engage he may capture the heart of a queen, the heart of a queen.
It is purely a matter of skill, which all may take if they will. But every Jackie must study the fact if he wants to make sure of his Jill. If he wants to make sure of his Jill.
Look, I warned you before about doing that sort of thing in public. I haven't finished.
He's made the best use of his time. His twigs are so carefully tied that every bird will come down at his word, whatever its plumage or cry. He must learn that the thrill of a touch may mean little or nothing or much. It's an instrument rare to be handled with care and ought to be treated as such. Ought to be treated as such. It is purely a matter of skill, which all may take if they will. But every Jackie must study the knack if he wants to make sure of his Jill. If he wants to make sure of his Jill.
You know it.
Then a glance may be timid or free, in a very mighty degree, from an impudent stare to a look as if fair and no maid without me not see. Then a glance as if there is no guide, it may have its ridiculous size, it may draw you a tear or a box on the ear. You can never be sure till you've tried. Never be sure till you've tried. It is purely a matter of skill, which all may attain if they will. But every Jackie must study the knack if he wants to make sure of his Jill. If he wants to make sure of his Jill. Of his Jill. Of his Jill. If he wants to make sure of his Jill. Yes, every Jack must study the knack if he wants to make sure of his Jill.
No. Listen to me. 'Tis done thus. Mistress Elsie, There is one here who, as thou knowest, loves thee right well.
Why, that he does. Right well.
He is but a man of poor estate, but he hath a true and honest heart. He will be a true and trusty husband to thee, and if thou wilt be his wife, thou shalt lie curled up in his heart, like a little squirrel in its nest.
Ah, tis a pretty figure. A nugget in a nook lies closer. But squirrel will do.
He knows that thou wast a wife, an unloved and unloving wife, and his heart was near to breaking. But now that thine unloving husband is dead, and thou art free, he would fain pray that thou wouldst hearken unto him, and give hope that thou wouldst one day be his.
He presses her hands, and he whispers in her ears, "Oh, Bunkers, what can it
Now,
mean?"
sweetheart, tell me, wilt thou be this poor good fellow's wife?
If the good, brave gentleman... Oh, is he a brave gentleman?
So men say. That's not true, but let that pass.
If the good, brave gentleman will content himself with a poor, penniless, untaught maid, then I will be his true and loving wife, and that with my heart of hearts. What's all this? Oh, rather, it is not seemly.
Hey, I can't let that pass. Oh, enough, Master Leonard. An advocate should have his fee, but methinks thou'rt overpaying thyself.
Nay, that is for Elsie to say. I promised thee I would show thee how to move, and herein lies the proof of the virtue of my teaching. Go thou, and apply it elsewhere.
When a wooer goes a-wooing, naught is truer than his joy.
Maiden hushing, all is suing, boldly blushing, bravely coy, bravely coy, boldly blush,
Bravely coy.
oh, the happy days of doom.
Oh, the happy days of doing, oh, the sighing and the suing, when a wooer goes a-wooing, oh, the sweets that never cloy. When a brother leaves his sister for another, tears to weep, tears that trickle, tears that blister, tears that nickle, tears that reap, tears that trickle, tears that blister.
Oh, the doing and undoing.
Oh, the doing and undoing, oh, the sighing and the suing, when a brother goes a-wooing, and his sobbing sister weeps.
When the jester is outwitted, feelings fester, heart is led. Food for fishes, only fitted, jester wishes he was dead. Food for fishes, only fitted, jester wishes he was dead.
Oh, the doing and undoing, oh, the sighing and the suing, when the jester goes a-wooing, and he wishes he was dead. Oh, the doing and undoing, oh, the sighing
What the plague art thou grizzling for now?
Why am I grizzling? Thou hast often wept for jealousy. Well, 'tis for jealousy I weep now. I, yellow belly of Jordan's jealousy, so make the most of that, Master Wilfrid.
But I have never given thee cause for jealousy. The lieutenant's cookmaid and I are but the merest gossips. Oh.
Jealous of thee. I'm jealous of no craven colt on the hill who crows about what he doeth there. I'm jealous of another and a better man than thou, so set that down, Master Wilfrid. And he is to marry Elsie Maynard, the little pale fool. Set that down, Master Wilfrid. And my heart is well nigh broken. Thou hast it all. Make the most of it.
The man thou lovest is to marry Elsie Maynard? Why, that is no other than thy brother, Leonard Merrill. What manner of brother is this? Speak thou, Jane. Who is this man who thou hast called brother, and fondled and coddled and kissed, with my connivance too? With my connivance. Fairfax? It is! It's this accursed Fairfax! It's Fairfax! Fairfax who...
Who thou hast shot through the head and who lies at the bottom of the river.
Ah! Yes. Well... I may have been mistaken. We are but fallible mortals, the best of us. I'll make sure.
Say! One word. I think he cannot be Fairfax, because thou hast slain Fairfax. Whether he be Fairfax or no Fairfax, is to my Elsie. And as thou hast shot him through the head, and he is dead, be content with that. And I will be thy wife.
Is that sure?
Aye, sure enough. Well, there's no help for it. Thou art a very brute. But even brutes must marry, I suppose.
My beloved!
Oh!
Phoebe, rejoice. God bring thy tidings. Colonel Fairfax's reprieve was signed 2 days since, but was foully and maliciously kept back by Secretary Holtwhistle, who designed it to arrive after the Colonel's death. It has just come to hand. It is now in the Lieutenant's possession.
And the covered is free. Oh, kiss me, my dear, kiss me.
God, death not up thou, man.
Oh,
Am I,
my
man?
dear,
Oh, ill, man.
my
Who is this
crazy
man?
joy.
Come away from thou, hussy. And as for thee, sir, devil take thee. I'll rip thee for this. I'll skin thee like a herring. I'll cleave thee to the chine. Oh. Phoebe, who is this man?
Peaceful, he is my brother.
Oh, your brother. Are there any more of them? Oh, produce them all at once, so I may know the worst.
This is the real Leonard Dolt. The other was but his substitute. The real Leonard, I say, my father's own son.
How do I know this? Has he brother writ large on his forehead? I mistrust thy brothers, thou art but a false jade.
Oh, Wilfrid, be just. Truly I did deceive thee before, but it was to save a precious life, and to save it not for me, but for another. They ought to be wed this very day. Is not this enough for thee? Come, I am my Phoebe, my very own, and we shall be wed in a year, or 2, or 3 at the most. Is not that enough for thee?
Boy.
Oh, Phoebe, I've got all the great news. Oh, I'm the man. Wait, what's all this?
Oh, Father, he discovered our secret through my folly, and the price of his silence is...
Phoebe's heart.
Oh, dear, No, Phoebe's hand.
It's the same thing.
Is it?
Oh, it's a pity. But the Colonel had to be saved at any cost. And as Di Folly revealed our secret, our Folly did pay for it. Don't come others.
No. This is a plot to shield the Archfiend, and I have detected it. A word from me, and 3 heads would roll from their shoulders.
Nay, Colonel Fairfax is reprieved. Yet upon simply mistakenly known. Oh, plague on the old meddler. There's nothing for it. Pretty one. Such a bloodthirsty words. It'll become those cherry lips.
Sergeant Merrill!
Why, look ye. Chuck. For many a month I've thought to myself, there's snug love saved up in that middle-aged bosom for someone. And why not for thee? That's me. So take heart and tell her, that's thee. But thou, that's me. Lovest her, and I'm a miserable old man, and I've done it. But not word about Fairfax. The price of thy silence is...
Merrill's heart!
Oh, no. Merrill's hand.
It's the same thing.
Is it?
Rapture, rapture, when love notary blushed with capture, seeks the notary. Joy and jollity, there is quality, range frivolity. Rapture, rapture, joy and jollity, there is quality, range frivolity. Rapture, rapture.
Doleful, doleful, when humanity wicked, soulful of satanity, courting privity, down declivity, sees captivity. Doleful, doleful, courting privity, down declivity, sees captivity. Doleful, doleful.
Joyful, joyful, when virginity seeks so joyful, man divinity. Think of flowery, bright of flowery, is a dowry. Joyful, joyful, think of flowery, bright of flowery, is a dowry. Joyful, joyful.
Gasp, gasp, when man's sorrowful first, lastly, on tomorrow, but after tarrying, yields to harrying, goes a marrying. Ghastly, ghastly,
Joyful, joyful.
ghastly, ghastly,
Joyful, joyful.
ghastly, 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 ghastly. Doleful, doleful, when humanity wished its sorrowful loss so tiny, courting jollity, down declivity, seeks captivity. Rapture, rapture, courting privity, down declivity, seeks captivity.
Rapture, rapture.
Doleful, doleful,
Rapture, rapture.
doleful, doleful,
a heart of massive rock, unmoved by sentimental shock. My husband shed a tear or two, for I have a song to sing. Oh, sing me your song, oh. Sung to the moon by a lovelorn loon who fled from the mocking throng. Oh, it's the song of a merry man, moping mum, whose soul was sad and whose glance was glum, who sipped no sup and who craved no crumb as he sighed.